She was all for the money.
Bitch better have my money. It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Cash book nothing around me. Cream
You
get the money.
got money, yeah, and you know it.
Bitch better have my money. Bitch better have my money. Bitch better have my money.
Take my money.
For one hit of you.
She was all for the money, so you better treat her right.
This episode of the Devin Wade Show is brought to you by Ace the Engineer, the only other audio engineer I trust to mix the Devin Wade Show. If you want your stuff to sound professional, make sure to hit up Ace the Engineer, unless he's with like Beyonce or Patti LaBelle or some shit like that at the moment. Follow Ace the Engineer on IG at Ace the Engineer.
Dev Nasty.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to an all-new episode of the Devin Wade Show. I'm your host, Dev Nasty, a.k.a. Dangerous Dev Nasty, a.k.a. Choke Your Mama Out, a.k.a. Choke Your Pop Out. And we are back with a super special episode because we've been telling y'all about this movie for a minute now. You know what I'm saying? This movie got some big stars in there. Like myself, Devin Wade, in my acting debut. Well, is it really my debut? It might not be my debut, but it's my secondary debut brought to you by the special guest that we got today. But before we get into that, we always got to go into the person to the left of me.
Y'all already know it's your girl Walesca D, the fashionista of the Devinwade Show, with my beautiful ladies behind me, Monica and Cincy.
Did you just call them ladies?
Ladies.
Yes.
What are they called?
The nasty ladies.
Yes,
You gotta put some respect on their name. They're the nasty ladies.
and Monica, don't be sitting over there acting like you ain't nasty.
Today, the role of Monica, she's being very sophisticated and conservative.
Right, so she's gonna try not to play around with her butthole in the back of the episode and all that type of
We're
stuff that she
shaking her
normally
booty,
does.
you know.
Nasty,
Yeah.
But y'all
exactly.
already know, to the left of me.
Listen, man, y'all know what it is, man. Whenever I'm in the back, y'all just know. I'm backing up my partner today. So that's why I'm in the back. I'm back up. When my partner calls, I'm there. That's all the fuck everybody need to know. Money lovers, we ain't talking about nothing else. Let's go.
Listen, man, and our special guest, you've seen his work on this show plenty of times. You know, you've seen the relation skits that we've had on this show.
They coming back.
He starred on them. Oh, and they coming back, and they will be on the Devin Wade Show. But we have the self-proclaimed pro lover on the show. The self-proclaimed. Hold on, dog. You try to argue with me before I announce you?
No, I ain't know what you was going, where you was going.
Look,
I'm okay with that one.
Director extraordinaire, producer extraordinaire, actor extraordinaire. Used to be an R&B singer that somehow got butt naked in front of women extraordinaire.
Dev, how many times we gonna do this story?
Because it's different people that never saw the show.
The same audience. They heard it before.
They didn't hear about it.
You know what I'm saying?
They didn't hear about it. Runway.
We got new.
We got new.
We was Jodeci.
We got.
You know what I'm saying? Rocking out with our cock
I'm
out.
honestly
Dev,
curious.
They was. But we have none other than Kyrie Terrell in the building. And he brought along with him an actress extraordinaire, a person that is his co-star in the movie Money Lovers that does come out on October 27th and 28th if you want to come and watch that joint in theaters in King of Prussia.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And we're going to make sure to put the link inside of the description and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But we have with us Tiffany D in the building.
I'm telling y'all right now, I get to introduce Tiffany D to the world as an actress.
Oh, we love
and
that.
I'm super duper proud of that because she the shit. Watch y'all see this.
I paid him to say that, y'all.
What? Listen, man. But
She
listen,
good.
before we get into some of the stuff we're gonna talk about today, can you let us know a little bit about what Money Lovers is about?
I can tell you what Money Lovers is about. So Money Lovers, the funny part is it's based upon true events. It's not a true story in any way, but it's about a cryptocurrency gang that is led by a female, right? So it's right now it's called virtual asset exploitation. That's a new term that they have for this. This thing is really happening. It happened to me in real life, right? So that's where the idea was spawned, times another idea for a film I had, and I merged the two. So this really happened to me.
They got Kyrie for $47,000. Go ahead.
There was actually a homie of mine that was real big into Bitcoin a few years ago, and a young lady I was actually dealing with that was into it too. And I'm like, oh, well, it's good for everybody. I might gotta invest. And I invested. And what happens in this movie happened to me, right? So then on top of that, you know, the whole money and lover, and you mentioned, you know, I'm the pro lover and all of that. I like the right.
Self-proclaimed.
I like the right. No, this document is well documented. I like the right things that have realness to them because I've really been through them, or I'm really into them. So I really have something to say. So Money Lovers is really about what would you do for money? What would you do for love? And us giving you this cast of characters that are all driven by one or both too far left one way or the other, right? So it's a romantic crime thriller.
Oh, wow.
And it's really about, you know, I play a detective that's chasing down the leader of this organization.
That would be me.
And we fall for each other, or do we? I don't know. You got to go see the movie.
I don't know
I
about
love that
Heavy.
intro.
Nah, it's heavy.
Now, we all know that Kyrie ends up butt naked in all the movies. So let's just fast forward to, did you end up butt naked, bro, somehow?
How many times was I naked in this joint?
You were naked.
5.
1.5 times.
1.5 times.
1.5 times.
Who else
He
was
just be
naked?
writing these movies just so that he
Hold on,
can
was
be
you
butt naked.
butt naked too?
Somebody else was.
Well, here's the thing. I wasn't really butt naked, but it do look like I was a little butt
You
naked.
can't kill the nostalgia factor.
I was butt naked.
There you go.
I
That's
was
not
fully-
nostalgia.
I was
That's the
fully
wrong
butt
word.
naked.
That's the wrong word. That's a
The
memory. That's a
suspense.
memory.
You
What's the-
can't
They
like
killing it.
the illusion.
The imagination. Yeah, whatever.
You know.
Yeah, not a nostalgia unless somebody already been
I
there.
was butt naked, y'all.
Shout out to her baby dads or dad or whoever.
Kyrie, let me ask you, when you write
Go on.
these scripts, right? And like this specific role that it, you know, pertains to you and something that you experienced, do you find it easier for you to play the role because you went through it? And does it bring out like some type of different, you know?
I'm not that level of a thespian yet. And,
Okay.
And I'm very transparent when it comes to filmmaking because I love it so much. I'm never going to cheat it, right? Can I act? Yes, I can act. But I'm not at the level of where I can actually, I'll say this. I don't know if I'm there because I haven't been challenged. So the question that you're asking me, I think the answer is it does make things easier, but I'm at a level in my career where I need things to be harder.
Got it.
I need, it's really tough to write about experiences that you haven't went through and have them come through authentically.
Yeah.
Right? So the good thing about my life is I've been through some shit. Plus and minus, good and bad.
Right.
Like I've been through amazing things that people will be like, hey, oh my God. And I've been through some crazy things that people are like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So my pen is dope because of my experiences, but I am yearning for a challenge.
Wow.
So I got some stuff coming up that I did right, but they put me in a light that's like, you never seen Kyrie like that.
I
You know
like
what I'm
that.
saying? So I want to grow as an actor, as a thespian. So
Okay.
easy answer, yes, it's totally easy. I'm almost myself as this character.
Oh,
You
that's
know what I'm
amazing.
saying?
So you have not a co-host, a co-star,
Co-star.
Yeah.
Mr. Richard Nunez,
Yes.
who's right here behind
Yes.
you.
Yup. Porta Rich.
How do you feel he, you know, really, how did he shine through in this role? And the role that he plays?
I've been on this pod, this is my 3rd or 4th time now?
No,
More than that. Don't continue.
Probably 5. At least 5.
At least 5. At least 5.
So I only say that to say the first couple of times I was on, I ain't even no bull acted. I didn't know that. It wasn't until I started dropping the relation skits and he was like, yo, you know, I do my thing. You know what I mean? You ever need an actor? And I gave him a shot because one thing about the relationship skits, I know I said this on here before, they are practice for myself and for actors to just come in and get them reps. Any good actress or actor will tell you, you got to have reps. It's one thing to practice in the mirror at home and read scripts. You got to get in front of the camera and with some other actors and be pushed a certain way. So that's what it's for. So, you know, that times, you know, him being family times the family, I was like, come rock out. And I was impressed. I was like, this nigga not one of them people that be like, yeah, I can act, and he can't act. He actually could act, and he knew his whole, like, he was carrying the young lady he was with. No shout to her if she watched this, but he knew his lines and he knew her lines.
Did you record them and play them back to yourself like I did?
Nah. I didn't record them. Like, I mean, listen, I know, and this is crazy because we got to get more into doing this, right? Because I feel like when we do this, like Kai right now giving me flowers, I'm going to turn around and give Kai flowers because that's what he deserves. That's what everybody deserves. Tiffany deserves flowers. Dom deserves flowers, right? People behind the scenes who they'll never see on the screen, right? But my thing is, like, we don't do enough of this. This is, like, corny in our community and a bunch of weird shit that we got to, like, walk away from and get away from. Because, to be honest, everybody worked amazingly hard on this, right? And I know that from just now looking back in hindsight, right? But I've been on, like, you know, doing little film shit. I've done theater. I've done a few things, like, in my young career where, like, I've experienced sets, even, like, smaller independent sets, right? Where they call them low budget films, whatever you call it. You know what I mean? Whatever. I've been on those type sets as well, right? And as far as me go, Dev, I did take my time and study because of the simple fact that I just had that feeling like these are serious people from the rip. Like when you always spoke highly about Kai. You know what I mean?
Kai don't play around on his set, man.
Right. You always spoke highly about Kai. So when I met Kai here, you know, just from off of his experience with what he was doing with relation skits and off of that, and then we went to go see Work Bay. Shout out to Work Bay and shout to, you know, everybody go see Work Bay and go tap in and get familiar with that.
And Kai also finds a way to be naked in those too.
Yeah, and stop listening, because I've had people, like, you know, I've seen comments, I've seen certain things like, listen, again, y'all gotta understand, we coming from rock bottom. We coming from rock bottom. We not in Paramount. We're not in these places where it's $1 billion budgets, right? So my thing was, as far as me, yes, I worked super hard on it because I felt the energy. I felt like this was it. This was, everybody need to be on a game, right? And I wanted this for me, and what I was going to bring to this with the family, I wanted to make sure that I bring top tier A1 game when it comes to acting, not only for the film Money Lovers and for the people involved in Money Lovers and for the people who gave me an opportunity, but also for myself and for my craft and for my brand and for what I do as an actor, right? I wanted to bring tip-top shape to the table.
Y'all
so
gonna be proud. Y'all gonna be proud of
that's where I was at. That's where I was at when it came to studying the script and making sure. I believe when we got there to even read the script the first day, I ain't gonna hold you, I was somewhat off paper already. And actors know what that mean, like meaning like I already had it. Like,
he already memorized that.
Yeah, when we went to go first look at the script, you know what I mean? Because we had already had access to it.
And can I jump in and I just say,
go ahead, Kai.
Like, that's what it takes, man. Like I go through so many people who, you know, they hit me up, they seek me out. I want to do this, I want to do that. And they so unprepared, and then they more unprepared when they get there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just, preparation is key in filmmaking. Like you hurting everybody else on set. It's taking more time if you don't know your line. I'm talking strictly to actors right now. You're taking more time if you don't know your lines. And then it's going to take the producers, the editor and director more time in post-production if you don't know your lines, because now they got to stitch together your BS and make it look seamless. Where if you know your lines, if you get 2, 3 couple actors in a room that everybody know their lines, you could shoot that shit till the cows come home. But when they don't, you got to pick your shots and you got to pick what angle look the best for what they know and all of that. And it just slows the whole process down. I could walk around the room with a camera one time, if everybody know their lines, and the scene is done because nobody tripped, nobody hiccup. They rehearse with each other. Like all that type of stuff is encouraged. And Porter was one of the few people on this project, and I'm not knocking anybody down when I say this, but he's one of the few people on this project that you could tell studied. and knew the story, not just their lines, but studied and knew the story, right? And I'm gonna pass the Tiff if I'm not interjecting, because I'd love for her to tell y'all about her experience, which I'll tee up for her. Tiff was reading for an extra, and she was thrown into the main role of a heavy lift film, meaning like this film is intense. This not just you just acting a couple of lines. She has the most screen time in this film, and on 2 days' notice, she like jumped in, and I'm gonna leave it there.
Bro, let me jump in real quick.
I was about to jump in.
Let me jump in real quick before Tiff go, because I wanted to, like, you know, we mentioned this before. I mentioned this to Kai before, right? And I haven't yet to see all of her, you know, skills and everything that she brought to the table, but I've heard nothing but amazing things about it, right? But just to talk about Tiff real quick, like when we was at like the reading, I believe it was the table read. I don't know if she was just like chilling, like just on some chill shit, calm cool, because you know y'all ladies got y'all calm cool shit. You on a calm cool day, you just chilling. You're not even right. You're not even tripping.
Porter about to say some nut shit.
No. I'm being honest. What I'm saying is honesty, right? And I remember because I'm watching. I'm on point. Again, I only like really like tell people like, look, if it ain't professional and if it ain't like real, like everybody going for real, I don't really want to be part of it. I've told people that before, like directors and different sets and shit like that. So, like I was, you know, I'm observant. And when I got there, and I remember we was at the table read, and I remember the first girl who was supposed to be her, whatever, she was there, and you know, I just was looking at her and sizing her up, and I was like, you know, I always know, like, even when it comes to like beauty and things of that nature, it helps, right? All that shit. And I just feel like Tiff, when it came to Tiff, I slept on Tiff. Me personally, like I seen her and she was in the cut just reading or whatever. And I remember I seen her, and then I remember when we got the word that the main girl, whatever, or the girl who we thought was gonna, whatever, wasn't in it no more, and it was Tiff. And then I remember I come to a set. I think I came on set, and I seen Tiff, and I was like, is that the same girl from the table read? I had to like go back to Kyrie, like, yo, is that the same girl from that was over there like just chilling reading? And he was like, yeah, Rich, that's her. And I was like, my nigga.
But is it possible that Porta Rich had smoked some trees that night?
No, it was just for real. It was just
telling the story right,
bro. She's just amazing, and it's just crazy how sometimes, you know, we can like really like kind of like just almost like dim our own light to a little bit, I guess, or just turn it down a little bit.
She's a transformer. She had the scarf. She probably had minimal makeup. She was just in the cut, coat on, just all meek. You know what I'm saying?
But real quick, now fuck all that. So did you know you knew what it was really about, and that's why you switched her so that y'all could have these nasty ass scenes?
See, here's the thing.
Somebody said it.
This is what I'm trying to figure out. Because Kyrie, as an artist, we are able to manipulation isn't a bad word.
Art imitates life.
Hold on, wait.
I live this life.
Hold on, what? Say that again. Hold on, because I'm about to zoom in on you. I'm about to zoom in on her.
It's life, and I live this life. I would never. So here's the thing. I already said that I respect film too much to ever cast anyone besides they're a great actor or actress and they fit the part that we're looking for, right?
But it don't hurt if they bad, right?
Well, it never hurts if they bad. But here's the thing. I made an exception for Tiff based on her work ethic before me seeing her like in a acting position, right? I knew she was talented, and then I got the vouch from Ebony, who was the producer on this. Shout out to Ebony, who was like, I think Tiff could do it too. Now here's how casting works. When you do your job the right way, I believe that casting is always divine. Something's going to happen that's out of your control that's going to put the right person on your set.
I can see where that comes.
Now, when you see the movie, right? The movie's enough to defend what I'm saying, because you're going to see everything going on. It's no way I do all of this.
Well, I saw her in person getting it in.
No, I'm saying it's no way I do all of this to have a fake sex scene. Like the sex scenes on set, it's not fun.
It's
like,
not.
It's not a good time. Like, so no, I don't do that. When y'all see it, y'all gonna be like, oh, Nah, but that's
that's
filmmaking.
fake.
That's the magic of film.
No, let me cut you off. So if she's
you a problem.
if she's 100% on acting skills, right?
Right.
And then somebody by the name of Monica Mulatto was in 98. Was it 98? And
you know me, Dad.
Monica, I will move to the side for you, baby.
She was in 98.
I'm gonna always keep it Beansky, right? If y'all watch this pod by now, y'all know I love me some Monica. But if she can't act, she not.
No. She was at 98.
Her,
no, she was at 100%. Monica was 98. She was shooting.
No,
You gonna take the 100%?
I will not compromise a story for no one for nothing.
Not even Monica.
Not even Monica.
Absolutely.
If I compromise the story, it would be a chess move that was a long-term play for someone in a spot that I know would take the film somewhere else. So to me, if I didn't cast Tiff, but I casted some 20 million follower person or some type that ain't got her ability.
That makes a lot of sense, yo.
The film gonna go a little bit farther because they're there. I do that now in my career.
What he's saying is, if Tiffany D showed up and then Lala Anthony showed up, and we know that Lala Anthony can't act for shit, she would have had the main role. Listen, we all love Lala. Lala just comes across as a great human, but the skill set, but the skill set, no. Yeah. Don't lie. Don't sit here on this podcast and lie.
And do what?
To say her skill set is of quality.
No, that's not. I said.
Okay, no. I just want to. Yeah. She seems like it.
That's what I said.
That's why I think that she makes it where she makes it. She seems like just a great human.
Right.
Yeah.
And she's still growing. She a new actress. What we expect?
It's been a lot of years. I think that what was the joint called? You Got Served came out like 15 years ago. But listen, yeah, exactly.
But it was You Got Served too.
It was part one.
She was in the first one. She played the announcer.
Part one. I went and seen that joint multiple times because Omarion was killing shit. But listen, we're gonna talk about some other things that's money, relationship, things like that. But make sure that you'll grab y'all tickets to come out, kick it with us, the cast, everybody from Money Lovers, the movie, October 27th and 28th. Make sure that y'all go grab y'all joints right
moneylovers.eventbrite.com.
Yeah, and the link is going to be right in here. So while you're watching this, you can still grab your tickets, come out and kick it with us, man. We're going to be in the theaters. Everybody going to be dressed up.
Come
and
watch
like
the
that,
police work, man.
Before you go there, though, I did want to hear her take because I haven't really heard how she felt about taking on the role now that she knows what the role required.
Ooh,
and
yes.
the time that you had to prepare.
Yeah, that's an interesting story. Well, Kai has always bigged me up. He's always been like, Tiff, get on your shit because you're extremely talented. But, I was kind of playing. And so on this movie, he was like, I'll make you Casino, number 2 girl, wasn't even number 1. And I want to see you be dedicated to it. I want to see you follow through on it. And then we can talk. So I did that, and that's why I was at that table read where, by the way, I knew you was going to be the shit at the table read because you was fire then. So he calls me on Wednesday evening and was afternoon evening and was like, so you think you can do the lead? You going to do the lead role. With Kai, he don't really ask you. He kind of tells you what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. And in my mind, right then and there in that second, it was like, are you going to do the thing where it's like, do you skate? Do you ski? They ask you all these questions when you go to act and you just check yes to them bitches and you never done none of them. I said, yes. Yup. In my mind, I had no idea how I was going to do this, what it entailed. I hadn't even read the script, hadn't seen the script, hadn't gotten the script, nothing. So Saturday we started shooting and it was daunting. It was daunting realizing how much I was going to have to carry and to not be able to really sit with Peyton for a long time before I had to play her, to be able to sit with her for 2 days before I had to portray this person with so many different layers. I was like learning on set as I went who she was and how to play her in the moment and the lines and the feeling and the mood. And this was my first feature film and I hadn't acted since I was in high school. And it was like all these different layers to playing Peyton and making it believable and making them proud. I had anxiety of trying to please the people who I was working for. You know what I'm saying? And to make the words that Kai wrote so eloquently on the page come to life the way he envisioned it. You know what I'm saying?
She took that beyond what we could have envisioned. And that's why I say casting is divine, because no shot to the original Peyton, but we feel like we got the Peyton we were supposed to have. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, it's fine. It was just, I wouldn't say it was a lot of pressure. I realized in that moment that, ooh, I like this feeling. I like this feeling.
I wanna just double down on that, Kai, because that's how I felt, and that's why I mentioned it. I didn't just mention it like to be like on no, about looks type shit or nothing.
Right.
But that's how I felt. Like I seen the first Peyton, right, and I'm sizing her up. I'm like, damn, she looks. Cause she had on like a mask at the table we was at. She had like on a mask, so I really couldn't even see her. She had on like a mask because everybody was masked up, still COVID shit there,
right,
whatever.
Yeah.
So, and I was just had my eye on that, but. Again, not only just her look, Tiffany looks or whatever, and her, her appearance, but I did get to be on a couple sets and scenes in the beginning when I seen her deliver and shit, and I was like, oh no, this is it. This is gonna work.
She the one.
Like this is it. This is fire.
And
you know
honestly,
what I mean?
I have to take
Completely.
like this moment to really shout everybody out because I feel like I never really get an opportunity to tell people just how I got through this movie. Getting a script 2 days where you're the lead and you're carrying everything is daunting in and of itself. But the fact that I had Kai, I had Dom, I had Francisco.
Shout out to Francisco.
I had everybody on set stopped what they were doing to run lines with me, to make sure they blocked me as many times as I needed to be blocked, or like gave me the feel of the mood of the scene as many times as I needed it, or gave me direction. Like they were just so amazing in supporting me through that. And that's the only reason I made it through. And that's the only reason why Kai can sit here and say, oh, you did a great job. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I wish I would have changed this and had more time with this and this. But everybody on set took time from what they needed to do to help me to succeed and help me excel and then help the movie.
I mean, that's a big piece that we've talked about here before, and I know Dev could laugh about it because we always talk about like how Kai does things, and we want things like Kai said, right? We need Devinwade Show set to be like Kai said. Listen to Dev, how everybody listens to Kai, right? And I know that's why my boy's staring in the camera, how he doing it. But it's true that Kai set and Focus Studios, I done said it 10 times to them. I'm going to keep saying it because people deserve their flowers when they work for them and they just put in the work. And Focus Studios was amazing with the behind the scenes, so shout to everybody, Naj, Dom, everybody behind the scenes, man. They just, everybody that just came through.
Joey.
Like Joey, Vern, everybody with food, everybody, listen, when I tell you like, I've never been on this. I've done some things. I've done different things.
You used to pizza and sandwiches.
I was on they set, and I ain't gonna hold you. I felt like they was worth every bit of like 10 million. Like I felt like they had that money because the way the people were moving, because of the way the people were moving when you needed your bag moved, because of the way the people was coming up to you like, hey, would you like a bag of chips or water?
And
you know what I mean?
The secret sauce, just real quick, secret sauce before Dev wrap us up and get into it. What he need is treat people nice. That's the secret sauce.
Yeah.
Like Porta's not the first one to compliment our sets, whether it's on something smaller that we've done or on the features. The secret sauce is be upfront and honest with people about what you need and treat people nice. Treat people like human beings. Make people happy. That's why the food is good on my set, because I've been on sets where either the food was trash or I've watched the celebrities get catered, food, and the extras or the not so celebrity people get pizza. And it's experiences like that where I was like, oh, that'll never happen on my set, because I know what a good meal does to people. You know what I mean? And I know what that separation does to people if they see it. Like, man, they got this and we got that. Like, no, we're not doing that on my set. Everybody eats well, and that is enough to get people to power through. You know what I mean? Even when they get accustomed to it.
And we needed that.
Man, listen, tell them when they could come out, get something to eat, and see the real deal.
Oh, you
Holyfield.
1027, 1028.
You talking about a King of Prussia?
That's what you're talking about. Money Lovers.
Yeah.
Premiere. It's gonna be one of the ones.
You talking talking about moneylovers.eventbrite.com?
That's what I'm.
That's what you're talking about?
I think that's
Okay.
what it is.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's what
All
it
right.
is.
Make
Yeah.
sure y'all come out to go watch
For
Money
sure.
Lovers and run into the whole gang. Everybody that is here will be in the building,
Oh, word.
suited and booted. You know what I'm
We
saying?
definitely
Oh,
gonna be in the
Monica, you
building.
gonna be there,
You
Monica?
coming, Monica?
Am I your date?
Yeah, Monica.
Oh, you just gonna
He asked me last week.
Oh, damn.
She trying to break the partners up.
Oh, man. That's crazy. Yeah, that is kind of crazy. It is breaking up the partners.
Yeah,
But listen,
Porter play
man.
my partner,
I'm taking Wally and Monica though. I'm taking all family.
Oh, all right, say
I
less.
don't know. I ain't talked to them yet, but I know it's 2 days. I gotta be there 2 days.
Well, I'm
You
still
don't
waiting.
have to be.
I was
just-
supposed to
this
be
up to you.
hired, so I'm still waiting for him to get back to me.
Well, see, we'll talk offline.
Yeah,
We'll
we can talk
offline.
about that.
We'll talk offline.
Hire for what? What's going on?
Mind your business.
Listen, she said mind your business. I'm gonna leave it at that. I know guy like freaky. Listen, man, we gonna talk about some, we gonna talk about some money.
All business.
We gonna talk about some money stuff. We gonna talk about some money relationship stuff since we do have the relationship expert, Kyrie Terrell, in the
pro
building.
lover.
But we're not just talking about sometimes when we use the word relationship, we only talking about men and women dating and things like that, or woman and woman. You know, don't attack me, y'all out there. Man and man.
I was about
But
to say, you
we're talking about relationships like people, even friendships. Can a relationship remain exactly the same if there's a dynamic shift when it comes to money? If a person has a come up, can the relationship stay exactly the same? You're with your dude, Wally. Y'all together. Y'all both go to work. Y'all bring home a solid bag to keep the house going good. You still got your bags. You got your shit going on. You driving around a nice car, whatever. But now you done caught a real blessing and you up 10 M's. Does the relationship stay exactly the same, or can a relationship stay exactly the same?
I think it could if there is proper communication and alignment on what's about to happen and what the change will be when this money hits the bank account.
What the change will
saying
be?
whose money is it?
The change sounds like the change sounds like things aren't going to be staying the same. Tell me.
Well,
how-
no, right. Things might change. I might not want to work anymore, and I might want to invest in businesses, or I might just like be full-time in my own business rather than having to do, having a corporate job and then having being an entrepreneur at the same time and trying to balance both. Now I can dedicate and I have that cushion where I can, fully focus on that. And then with that person, what are we going to do with this? Since if we're together, if we're in all right, let's paint the picture. If I'm married to this person.
No, you ain't married. Y'all ain't married.
All right, if we're not married.
Because
then
if you married, it's his money.
right.
Two.
So,
That's what I'm
okay.
saying. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm talking about is
If
it ain't
it's
his money.
Okay, so then that's a different conversation.
Mm.
That's a different conversation because again, we need to have the conversation, pre-conversation, and need to be aligned. So yes, I have this $10 million now. I got a bigger bag and this influx of money coming in. What are we gonna do as a couple together? First things first is this relationship going to lead to marriage? Is that something that I foresee within this relationship? If I do, then yes, we go on to the next step.
Hold on. So wait. So this sounds very, very smooth and to the point, right, Kyrie? This sounds real smooth, right?
Sounds that way.
Because what it sounds like is you're with this person, y'all dating. You come up on 10 M's, 20 M's, 30
Yeah.
M's, 100 M's. We've seen this Pennsylvania lottery shit pop off, right?
Yeah.
We've seen it. Now, all of a sudden, you're going to be
That
willing.
nigga sung the jingle.
Yeah, you know the jingle. Because listen, because what I'm trying to tell you is, if I was to win one of them Jones,
You gave me like Bart Lawrence vibes, though. I forget what
watch
show
your
it
mouth,
was.
listen, let me tell you, if I won one of them Jones, I'm just trying to tell y'all, I would like with the billion, how they be having the billion up, man. I have niggas sample that Pennsylvania lottery beat where I get Hove, Drake, all my favorite rappers on it. I can blow millions
Yeah,
on
but
it.
it's just like now you have this. We can't have the mindset to blow. Like I gotta be smart with that money because that money, if I blow it 2-3 years,
Which
I
most
can look
people
at.
do.
I'm saying we
Right.
blowing our money now.
Nah,
We all blow Wally. We don't blow our money right now.
We blow it to some capacity though.
Yo,
Like,
it's, hold on. It's crazy.
blowing your money
It's
out of
crazy.
house.
Hold on. It's
Like,
crazy.
I'm not gonna be able to like, cause when it comes to blowing money, you're starting to get these things that eventually down the line you're not gonna be able to maintain anymore.
Yo,
So I'm not gonna do something where like I'm not gonna be able to maintain that within the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah, you're not gonna do that with a bill, with the bill.
But not because
listen,
we gotta
Take
be
the question
mindful.
somewhere else when you
my
go there.
listen. My thing is this.
We started off at 10, now we at
No,
a billion.
listen, I'm just trying to figure this out, Porter. I'm just figuring this out because everybody want to get a cool answer.
No, it's
She was
because-
ready to marry the boy and split the bread with him.
No, because what I'm saying is like, it's not even about splitting the bread. It's not about you get 5,000, I mean you get 5 million, I get 5 million. No, we're gonna have to come together and figure out a plan. I'm not gonna just give
Why?
you 5
No, but
million.
listen. Why
But when you
can't we?
marry
hold on,
him,
my
he
thing
gets
is
the money.
this.
You getting a prenup on him?
Well, when I get
She
married,
might-
I definitely have a prenup when I get married.
Huh?
Okay.
I definitely will have a prenup when I get married.
Okay,
But
see,
listen,
now
hold
we.
But the reason why I would do that is because just I've seen so many circumstances where people break up and financial things. That's what comes in between these people, and it just gets crazy. So we have a prenup. It's already set in stone amongst each party, and we're good.
And you a hustler.
Right.
I think
So-
every
and
hustler.
whomever
I think
I'm
every
with-
hustler should consider a prenup.
So
No,
hold on.
and
So
whoever I'm with
be
is
a
gonna be a
hustler,
hustler
too.
too. So they saving their asses just as well as I'm saving my assets.
hold on. I just want to say.
But, and the reason
It
why I'm
sounded a
coming,
little fantastical.
but the reason why I'm saying that is because there's so many times we sat here and talk
It
about.
sounded like she copped the nigga.
No,
with
but
that 10 million.
but what I'm saying is like we had
was
so many
shopping.
times where we sat here and we had these conversations about celebrities and them breaking up and not having prenups
That's
and money
real.
coming. So you learn from that and you like, yo, like I don't want to be in that situation. So if I do get that 10 million, I'm gonna have a conversation as an adult.
Hold on. Let me touch on my piece because I think it'll bring it'll yeah. not like that, Kai. Not right here.
We're gonna touch on that.
That nigga funny as hell. Nah, but listen, that's my partner. He's always on something. Lion Collins, come see him on the 27th and 28th. But listen, what I was saying is like, what? Hold on.
So what I was about to say was,
No, hold on.
Go ahead, Kyrie.
Don't do that, because I don't want to lose my track of thought.
you already
Well,
did.
you already did, bro.
Go ahead, Kai.
listen,
I don't believe the pregunta was answered.
Oh, yes, it was. Well, no, because nobody let me finish.
No, go ahead.
I don't believe it.
Go ahead, Kyrie.
So here,
Kyrie, hold
the
on.
question was, does the relationship change? All right.
Right,
So we gotta put some pins in where this relationship is.
Okay,
right? So,
okay, let's go.
Obviously, you say we not married, so we want
Yep.
to take out the thought that it's our money.
Yep.
We want to make sure that both parties have a understanding that it's not our money. And for that sake, let's say these people have been dealing with each other a little more than 6 months, less than a
they
year.
live together.
They've been dealing with each other, let's call it 18 months. And,
Yep.
they really think it's love, but they haven't had the financial conversation, right? And the reason I say that, and I say you want to talk about it in that way, is if you have not had the financial conversation while we were broke or middle class, it's a totally different conversation that's going to be had if one person comes up.
Right.
Because we ain't had it yet. So now my perspectives change. And if we being real, man or woman, my perspectives probably change about you. Because if we not together, I'm rich and you broke. and now I gotta really think about, like, I'm keeping it all the way real. I gotta really think about, is this a person who I would carry? Because the mentality, when you're talking about that level of money, we're not talking about a salary, right? We're talking about somebody, tomorrow I have $10 million is what we're saying. I can afford to carry you now, right? You're going to understand that I can afford to carry you now. That's the age old, you hit the lottery for 10 million, you could give your cousin 250 grand, and what he gonna say? That's it? You hit for 10
Let's
million.
talk about it. Let's go. Let's go. Keep going. Let's go.
So I'm saying that to say your partner, especially if you're not deep down the line and y'all married and all of that, they're going to now start to look at you like a bag. Like it's just, and I'm talking about man or woman. I don't care what side you on. They looking like, and I'm even me. I ain't got 10 million. If Tosh hit for 10 million, it's up. It's up over here.
Yeah.
She got a decision to make.
Hey, Kai, look, real quick, just because, I was able to retract my thoughts after my boy dropped his piece. But my thing is this. No, real talk. My thing is this, like what he's saying, though, is correct, though. If we first met, right, and we both like kind of like struggling, right? We both in the same.
Well, he didn't say struggling. We making a decent salary.
All right, cool. We both making a decent salary, right? We both do for one another. We both step up when the other one is lacking, whatever may be the case, right? Because this is the fucking human thing that makes sense for people that have been going for a certain amount of time, and you look back and you realize how they made it, right? Because they've been doing this type shit. So then a certain miraculous thing happens where the money changes for one partner. I just feel like it's supposed to be like, really like for real, we sticking to the script. Why would we change anything that's been working? If we've been motherfucking, you get your money, I've been getting my money. You may not make as much as me sometimes. I may not make as much as you sometimes, but we always make sure we both got what we got, the household good, da-da-da-da-da. I just feel like if it's real, like if the partnership was real, and if the love was real for the people, the human, just the person, I mean, not all the materialistic shit around us, and one person hits that motherfucking mark where they shit change overnight, it's gonna be like nothing. It's gonna be like, nigga, you gotta have. Have is yours. Let's keep going the way we've been going.
Find out who they is when that happens.
Absolutely.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. What Kyrie said is like, if y'all already had the financial conversation, then that y'all might just have to revisit it at that point.
Right.
But if y'all never had it, I think that's where it might change.
I don't think people have necessarily the conversation of if out of nowhere you just run into a bag, because obviously this is the craziest part about this. What we're saying sounds like some fantasy things, but this has happened to thousands of people. Thousands of people have been in a,
especially not to the tune of 10 million, but life-changing money.
Like literally life. But what I'm saying is people that come up with off a invention, record deal, fucking anything that happens, they had significant others. They wasn't all just single people.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, one person, we both used to go to work every day. And now, like Wally said, I might not want to go to work, but that could cause something where you do just, damn, I still go to work and you don't go to work. My thing is, can the relationship stay the same? And I believe it can. I'm not saying it gotta turn into like the whole thing dissolves, but I believe that dynamic is so different that it definitely changes some things.
Who you were prior. It really depends on who you were prior. Because I know for myself, nothing would change in me and my fiance's relationship. Like nothing would change.
Man, I don't think
on my side, right?
Hold on. This is a good point.
I'm not in her brain to know what would change on her side, right? But what I do know is the dynamic of our household would be totally different if she knew she didn't need me at all financially, right? So now it depends upon what else am I doing within our walls that makes me valuable, right? And I do believe that I'll check enough of those boxes.
That's
right?
real.
But
real quick, because I don't want to throw you out, I just don't want to lose my joint, and I know you could hold on to a lot of shit. How many realistically in our community people that don't got bad relationships, they really like solid people that love each other, but in them times that got super fucked up, rocky in their personal, they had to stay together for them 4 months that was fucked up because they did need to rely on each other financially, and shit did get back to the love and all of that type of shit. But when you don't have that, that's why I believe a lot of them celebrity relationships break apart, is because soon as we have a problem, we don't need each other for nothing.
But it's
it's crazy.
It's also the reason a lot of the celebrities stay together too.
Oh, go ahead.
So when you have two people that I like to call it one demon is already dead or one dragon is already dead. The reason people divorce by and large is infidelity and finance, right? Sure. So if I'm a celebrity in my own right and you're a celebrity in your own right, especially the type of celebrities that got a guaranteed bag coming every day in the mail, probably one of our dragons are dead. So now all we got to really deal with is infidelity, right? And we only have to deal with that if we have to deal with that, right? Like a Jay-Z and Beyonce would be a great example of that, right? They had to deal with that. She made him remarry her and new vows and the whole nine. Everybody know that story. So if you can figure out, and this is one of the things, like when I was a counselor, I got some history in this pro-lover stuff.
Okay.
That I would tell people, if you want to be in a real relationship, you have to start at the top of the food chain of the things that can kill y'all. And those is the first two dragons. It's people that be all the way married. I know people that like, but my mom, they don't mix their finances. It's people that don't mix their finances, haven't had that conversation. How we been doing this is how we gonna do this. We never had that conversation. Y'all got a dragon flying around your house, right? And that's to the point of the question that you make. Something changes drastically with one of y'all situations. Y'all don't even know how to handle this. And that's how people is out of you and yada me and da. And that's how that happens. Now y'all got that dragon that might kill y'all. You understand what I'm saying? So my thing is, when you first enter into a relationship, I'm not talking about you just dating, but when you get to that point where you like, we probably gonna move into it with each other one of these days. It's time to have those conversations. It's time to really be real and raw about those conversations.
Do you think those conversations, how much weight do those conversations hold, in your opinion, when it actually transpires? Like, it's easy for us to sit there and talk about what we would do if we both ran into this bag. But it's different when Tiffany D all of a sudden has that 10 million and she's really thinking about this shit. Like, this is a once in a lifetime thing. Me and him been together. I don't want him to have no power over my money necessarily. I could see it making people not get married where they'll stay with the person longer. Like, we'll stay together, but once I marry you, I surrender half of this fortune, because there's something fortunate happened to me. I hand this over to you. And then I think what she talked about, getting the what's it called? The prenup, that insults a lot of people.
Well, I think if you have that like, for me, like, I'm in a space where, like, right now I'm dating, right? And I'm getting to know people. And sometimes, you know, certain conversations come up and we talk about finances and we talk about, like, you know, when we do, because we never say when we do get to that bag and when we do these things, like, what would that dynamic look like? And I think for me, like, not everybody, well, for me, I like to have those conversations because that can potentially happen. It can happen today, it can happen tomorrow, and vice versa for that person.
Right.
So that's why I have those conversations, and we, amongst me and that person, we have those conversations. But I think for the average person, it might look a little different on a day-to-day conversation, because that's not something that's on their mind. They're only focusing on, like, their present moment. And I think sometimes it could be a gift and a curse. But I think for me, it's just like having those challenging conversations ahead of time
early on
is so important, because it works for me. And then there's times where I look at a person and I'm like, damn, like, this person really don't like doing this. And am I going to sacrifice that and just take on this? Like, what am I willing to sacrifice in that relationship?
How many people, right? We're talking about conversations. We talking, because this leads back to communication. Something that we spoke about, like, just so much here, right, on the Devinwade Show. And I just feel like, how many people, like, are really, like, you know, just willing to, like, really, like, share that kind of information?
Well, that's what I'm saying. For the average person, it's not. See, for me, like, you got to understand, I've done a lot of work with myself. I've been through therapy. I've been through all types of things. So I'm in a different place in life at the age of 33. Right? I've been in relationships. I've been in toxic relationships. I've done it all. So I'm in a space where I know I don't have a problem asking uncomfortable conversations, because why? This is the space I'm in.
So let me ask you this real quick. If you met a dude and let's say he was and I want the answer from every woman on the show. He played basketball. Would you suggest to him on your own, like, bring up, like, I think we should get a prenup? Like, would you suggest to him, like, yo, I want to make sure that I can't get none of your money? Would you bring it? Would you honestly bring that up in the John like, I want to suggest that you get a prenup.
To be honest,
because I want to make sure if we ever divorce that I don't get any of your money.
Well, we're talking about marriage, yes. But if we're not having that conversation, then no. But if we're talking about marriage, I'm gonna be like, yes. You know, I think it will be best if we get a prenup. And for that person, I don't think that person's going to feel away. And the reason
they're definitely not going to feel away. Hold on, wait. They're definitely, wait.
Right, which honestly, for me, is because I'm not going into this because of financial
No,
gain.
right. You're not, no, that's a bar.
So for me, it's like I'm going... If anybody knows me, I'm a person, and I can only speak from a place of I, because I'm a person, like, I have ego. So, like, for me, if a ball player comes into my life and that's who I'm dealing with, and he's like, oh, like, let me move you in here. I'm like, nah, I got my own shit. That's the type of person. And it's a gift and a curse, because certain men like it, certain men don't. But I feel like it just depends on the individual. That's
what I said.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you my opinion, Wally, don't do that no more. Listen, no, don't do that.
But it works because I'm not gonna hold you, because it does work. And let me tell you the good part of it. When that man sees you hustle, and this is what I was telling Monica on a previous episode, these people are going to be like, okay, like you said, Kyrie, if she can do all this by herself,
what's my value?
What is my value?
So
value, because what I need is emotional stability. That's what I need in a relationship. So that's going to void everything else out.
And let's not forget, a prenup don't mean you don't get nothing.
Right.
It's an agreement on what you do get or don't get.
Right, no, but what I'm saying, let's stick to I don't want to make this too muddy.
Yeah.
I'm saying you get what you came with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, how many women, this is a first, bro. I want to make sure that this is on the Devinwade Show, is documented. The women on the Devinwade Show said they would suggest. No. They said they would suggest.
The Show suggested it.
Walesca D, not
Walesca D. Like me, I'm not against it. If my man has more money than me and he brings it to me, and I love him, I'm going to be like, you know what, that's your choice, but I don't love you any less because of your decision. But I'm not going to go out of my way and say, like, hey, I think you should do this. That's
the question.
If he thinks that he needs to do it, then by any means, I love you. Do what you got to do.
That's the answer I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to figure out the difference between a person suggesting it. It's one thing to suggest that when you both are equal, right? Yeah. Y'all both just got jobs and y'all doing what y'all doing. But I don't see it happen. But I can't say what Wally would do or what y'all women. Tiffany D said.
I would too.
Tiffany D says she meet a baller. She telling you, please, let's sign the paper. I want to make sure legally I have no right to any of your bread.
And you don't have any right to mine, because I already know where I'm going and what I'm going to have. So it ain't just about you. Like, I'm protecting me.
Exactly.
I already have assets.
Right.
Sign that prenup.
Because what's going to happen?
Can I get one?
Exactly, because that's what happens. Women gonna have to, like, in these not prenup situations, and how men vice versa, when men be like, no, but I did this, and then women's like, no, but I did this. We don't need that argument, because this is what I have and this is what you got. So you can't sit here trying to say that I'm trying to take from the money that you got from your beats that you made, you know,
she going back to Dr. Dre.
Yeah, I'm going back to that. Like, I'm not doing that. You get what I'm saying? So, like, you don't want to get it just causes, like, more turmoil in the situation.
Monica, you suggesting that niggas sign the prenup so that you don't get none of their money too?
Answer right, Monica.
Oh.
Monica, are you suggesting? Are you going to make sure that you suggest it?
I'm gonna knock you out.
Or you just not going to say nothing and let him make the decision himself? Like, if he want to bring up a prenup.
She don't know.
Pressure in this.
No, just keep it real. Are you going to bring that up?
I'm at that place right now where Wally is, where I would even think to bring it up.
Yeah.
But if he did bring it up, I also can't. I don't know. I don't know if I would feel some type of way that you did bring it up. Like, I don't know if I'm at that.
Yeah, like you with your dude.
I would feel some type of way.
He's got money. He proposes to you. Now y'all getting married. Would you say, yo, let's get a prenup to make sure I can't get your bread?
No.
I know what's more important than a prenup.
What, Porter?
What would you
a pre-hump.
Pre-hump.
Where I need to test that.
I think everybody got their sample for it.
Over there, he whispered to me, he's like, I don't have anything to give.
At least he was honest. At least he's honest.
Yo, give me a sugar mama and she better not think she's sweet.
Ladies in the chat, let us know. You with your man. Your man is rich. Do you sign up yourself? You bring up having a prenup because your pride is just, I want to leave with what I came with.
It depends.
Let me know in the chat, please,
Depends
ladies.
who they are though, Dev.
No, but that's why I'm asking them.
Right.
That's
That's a
them.
hard one. I feel like what we missing here though is like Wally and Tiff outlined like the hustler woman, which is like a beautiful thing that is like really on the come up right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I really feel like the conversation itself has to be had, but it also has to be had in a safe space.
Right.
Right? Because what happens is it's not about a man saying, I want a prenup. It's about a man saying he wants a prenup the way he says it to a certain woman. Right? Because now what you're doing is if you don't got a go-getter chick, she was already looking at you as a meal ticket, bro. So now when you say you want a prenup, you're not her meal ticket no more. She's going to rumble you for that.
But we're
right?
talking about a dude. But the thing is, it's not about a dude mentioning anything.
Well, no,
in this scenario.
I'm saying vice versa.
But it's a huge difference.
When you bring the prenup into it.
We
though,
bring the
and you
prenups
say-
in saying would a woman voluntarily bring that up, and the dude didn't even bring it up. He ain't have no problem with splitting the bread.
I believe the hustler woman who knows I'm going to build my future, right? I love you. You shit. I want to be with you. I want to be your wife. But if you're not here, I'm going to be okay, player. That woman, I believe when they say, you know what? I met you, you was up. I'll sign a prenup. Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation.
People, listen.
What do you think the value I bring is worth should we break apart? Right?
Hey, Kai.
Now, I'm not a prenup guy because my thing is I'm not getting married if I even got to think about that.
So that's
mean.
so
Mean
this is
bar.
so this is the things that I've talked. This is the reason why I ask these questions with a purpose. It's not just to stir a pot. It's to think about once money comes into play, can something stay the same? And I'll stick by my thing that no, because it introduced a new variable. Now we talked about, even when y'all have that discussion and you name a dollar amount and she walks away and thinks about that's the dollar amount that he put on me. Because it's starting to come down to specifics. Like he said I was worth $5 million or whatever it may be. And I just believe in a lot of situations like things change because the person thinks that everybody around them is changing, even if they're not. And when I first started this conversation, because we talk about money lovers and the things that money brings, I talked about even friendships and things like that, because it does change a lot of things, man. I go through this in my own life. If people know I got a certain amount of money and they going through a hardship, right? And they tell me about this hardship, they kind of want me to be like, yo, bro, you not going like interject yourself into this joint because you see I'm going through this. You know what I mean? And now you got to make tough, because if you're not rich, you're just doing well.
Expectation changes.
You got to start making some, damn, do I want to give up my cushion to put somebody else on their feet? You know what I mean? It's things like
Let me say
that.
this to you and to everybody that's listening to that, right? The problem is we consider our circle a different way than we consider people outside of us, right? And one of the things that we have to start doing is we have to start communicating better with our circle, right? So you have to understand that once you do start to excel, and I'm coming from a place where I had this convo with my mother, right? So you have to understand once you start to excel, it's rarely, if you're a genuine person cut from a certain cloth, it's rarely you that changes. But what people will do that know they can't match you, they will start to preemptive strike your relationship so that when you do start getting too big or too Hollywood or whatever in their voice, they can already say, I stopped fucking with him 2 years ago because he was on some nut shit. No, you was. I was moving exactly the same, right? Like I had to say this to my mother. Like, Mom, I've always been doing this. I'm just starting to see a little success now.
Yeah, seeing fruits from it.
But I'm doing the same thing. So I started with communication. We got to do that to our people too.
Yes.
We got to be able to be like, bro, I'm not as up as you probably think I'm up, bro. And I understand that you're going through a hardship. I'm still going through hardships too. I'm trying to make it.
Yeah.
If and when I get to a point where I can take care of anybody and what they got going on, you gonna hear from me first.
Or also,
But also at the same time, it's like, even if you are up, let's say you are up, it's not my responsibility to come to you and say, yo, I'm not even up like that.
too.
No, don't have expectations of what I'm supposed to give you
Right.
off of what I worked for.
because this the crazy
It's
part.
not a
You helping
requirement.
people could make you not be up no more. You
Yeah.
work
True.
to get to a position where you could be up, Tiff, where you don't have these worries no more.
Right.
And that's why I said sometimes people might need you to give up your cushion to put them back on their feet. The craziest part is you put them back on their feet, they
gonna fall
squander it.
again.
They
They
squander
fall
it,
again.
and now you done gave away your cushion that you
Yep.
built for
Exactly.
yourself.
But what you saying right now needs to be said to those people.
Yep.
Right.
And now
Win,
every
lose-
time you
win,
think you
lose, or draw.
down, you think you can come to me automatically.
But see, that's the move that I'll do. If I really love you and I really got a heart for you, I'll hit you off. But I will let you know this is the last time I'm hitting you off.
Yeah.
Come hella high water, this the last time I'm hitting you off. You sure you really need it? Because we could keep it in the tuck. But this the last time I had to do that to my own brother. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that from a place of experience. It's like, and my words to my brother was, I'm saying no because you still need $40. It's different if you come into me asking for $5,000 now, because what that says is that you've grown. You've not only grown to the point where your problems are larger, but you've grown to a point with me that I know you good for it. Right? So at the point where you still need 40, now I'm enabling you to still need that 40.
Man, I
Now-
just went through some shit like,
now-
yo,
But
go
that's-
ahead, bro.
But
Whether
how do
he-
you see how you said what you said to him? Like, this will be the last. Like, I feel like for certain people, it's so hard to say
It is,
that.
'cause you love
It's,
them.
it's harder for you to keep doing it. And that's the problem that we have a lot of times, right? I tell people all the time, you got to choose the pain you want. You can't have both of them.
Yeah.
Right? You got to choose the pain you want. And some pains is ripping a Band-Aid off. But once it's off, you good.
Yeah.
Other pains that keep saying no, that's a long-term pain. You gotta
Yeah.
keep doing it. So you got to choose which one you want. I said the same thing to my mother about my brother. It's like, yo, you got to choose, because she be on my line. Da, 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 da. You got to choose whether you want to continue to do this, which is fine. That's yours.
Yep.
It's okay. Or you got to choose to say Nizal and see what he do with his own self. And I'm only saying this because my brother cool now. We took that gamble on him and he Gucci now. He saw that, yo, I gotta raise myself by the bootstraps.
Yeah.
So some stories are like that.
Yeah.
I know there's other stories where people turn to the wrong things, but once we are adults, we got our things to deal with.
Yeah.
We got our lives to deal with. So I think the advice I would give is just have the conversation with the people you consider in your circle. That's a real convo. Like, bro, I'm not ducking you. Like me, I'm not the person that I know what he want. No, I'll pick up the phone and be like, yo, what's good? No, I don't have it. I told you last time was the last time. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with that, because what you're not going to do, and what I'm not going to do, I'll say, is you're not going to own space in my head about me thinking about what I did or not or didn't do.
Yeah.
And you're a grown person that didn't come out of me. You're not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care how much family you is or none of that. That's not the game we playing. So summing that up, just have those conversations with your people. Don't duck your people.
Yeah.
Don't think bad about your people, because for some people, like you said with the responsibilities thing, we are, especially people like us in this room, I see a lot of the similar qualities. We're the beacon of hope in our families, right? A lot of us may not have anyone else that's doing as well as us or is as popular as us or has the following that we have within our family and friend circle. So they're looking to us with that, I want to be like Tiff, right? So that, again, that don't make you the responsible party, but you do have to at least understand what your status comes with. You know what I'm saying? For your people. I don't care about other people that's outside of it, but for your people, a conversation ain't gonna hurt you.
And I appreciate you saying that, because I feel like, that comes up sometimes because we feel like we're responsible for certain people, especially when it comes to family, right?
Yeah, that's a
I feel like
fact.
you feel like you owe them something. You like, damn, and then you putting the burden on yourself, like you said, Kyrie. Like, am I gonna rip the Band-Aid there and just feel that pain in that moment, or am I gonna just feel this long-term pain? That's just gonna happen year after year after year after year.
And funding bad ideas. It's like, it's different. Like let's say Kai come to me and we're not blood relatives, but he's got an idea. right? He's got an idea, he needs money for it. But I believe in Kai's ideas because Kai actually, I know that he can execute his ideas.
He's seen the work ethic.
Right?
He's seen it happen.
So, but I might have a family member or something, or just another close homie, and they've got ideas. Now, when they know that you got the money to help fund that idea or thing they got,
them know you funded Kyrie's too.
So this is where, so these are some of the things when I start talking about how relationships are affected or different when money comes into play. Who you decide to invest in is a big deal. These things are real things that I've experienced, I've witnessed. You know what I mean? Where
it doesn't even have to be investment. It's what you do. Like you could have, Kyrie, you could be
flick with me.
Yeah, or you could not that too, but you could have funded his premiere. And be like, you know what? I'm gonna fund this premiere for you because you know what? I see.
Is still available. Though. Check that
you know, you funded his premiere. Your friends could be like, yo, like, when I had something, you ain't want to fund nothing for my party or do anything like that.
Listen, people got to stop equating money with love. Right?
Agreed.
And
Or
we've talked about this.
We've talked about this.
No, for sure. Come see Money Lovers. But what I'm saying is in real life, right? And what I mean by this is like what y'all just said. Like, you can't like, if you got love for me and then I don't do something for you financially or because you think I came up or some shit, like, and now all of a sudden you don't have love for me, you turn it off overnight like that, your love was worth shit.
Oh, yeah, that's
your love.
Hold
on. Your love was not even worth having at the end of the day, because if you could turn love on and off like that, then it's bullshit love.
Yeah.
I don't need it anyway. Like, love is a strong word. We throw around a lot of statements a lot of times, and we just speaking from the hip. We're not speaking from the heart, because if you talking about love and real shit like that, you're not just going to turn that off when a motherfucker can't do something for you.
Yeah.
Or especially when you know that y'all come from the same fucking place.
Yeah.
Y'all basically in the same boat.
But sometimes what it is, Porter, is this. Like, it's easy without money to say, yo, I believe in you. I believe in your movie, Kyrie. I believe in your raps, Porter. But what happens is when you know that I got the money and you like, yo, I need a push on this album. I need a push on this joint, and I don't come up with that. That's the confirmation to you that I don't, in your mind, it could be, you must not really believe in it, because when you had, you got the paper to put my joint on the billboard, but you didn't.
Those people not real. They not real friends. They might not even really be family. Let's not forget, we don't get to choose our family.
Let's go.
People that just got our blood in them. So the people who was really family, they the people that's going to find a way, and friends, they're going to find a way to sow into you. It ain't gotta be financial. They're gonna go out of their way. If they know you that beacon of hope and they know you the one, they are gonna find a way to support you somehow, some way. And they'll never look at you sideways. Like, I got people in my family that got bread. They still like you. I'm a filmmaker. It's not your responsibility to make sure I get on.
That's right.
I love you the same.
That's
I
right.
love you the same. And it's different because I've never been an individual that didn't believe in my own abilities as far as to get somewhere. My struggle was always, how good at it am I really, right? So I'm always the type of person that's beating on the craft, trying to get things perfect. And I'm done with that. I'm just believing in my genius, and I'm going hard. But I never looked at anybody else as a meal ticket, as like, damn, the boy got this, he got that. Me and you talk, you throw numbers around all the time. I know, you know what I do, I know what you do. I ain't come and say, Dev, well, why don't you invest in this? Why don't you? If Dev want to, this my guy. We're gonna sit down at the table. But if he don't, this is my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm still gonna get where I was supposed to get with or without him. So those people that look at people as meal tickets, they not real friends, they not real family. And if I'm talking to anybody that has done that before, that has coveted what someone else earned on their own, you got to pull that back out of your system, and you got to go get yours on your own. Because that person got struggles, that person got their own bills, they got their own family, they got all these things to take care of. You can't never look at another person's pockets and be like, in some way, somehow, some shape or form, some of that's owed.
And Kai, and not only that, but stop just looking to take.
Right.
Find out a way that you can help, so that way you help a person help you.
Listen,
because stop thinking
times, the take is coming. You don't even have to ask. You don't have to ask. I told one of my young boys, he was kept asking from one of the people at the radio stations that he was good peoples with for tickets when the concerts came around.
Right.
I said, did you go and shovel her snow, or do this for her when you know what I mean? What's the last thing you done for her? I said, if you was always around doing for her, when this time came about, she'd pick up the phone. You didn't have to ask.
And Kai,
give, and you shall receive.
Look, another one is when we look at these rich people a lot of the time, we look at it like they're gonna be rich forever. So we be like, just do for me. Right? We be like, just do for me. When in all actuality, you don't stay rich forever if you don't work forever. Getting the money is one thing, maintaining it is another. So at the end of the day, help somebody maintain their money and even get more money. And I bet you it'll be an easier way for them to help you.
And on top of that, you're just one person. You don't know who else is asking this person,
Everybody
hey,
is.
can I have a handout? Can I have a handout?
Right.
Talk
So
that shit.
Real
you're
shit.
over here talking, I need help. Well, you don't know I might have 6 other people asking me for help and I can't help the whole village when I still got to help me. And I still gotta
Look,
help
your friends don't even know really like who all your blood is. And not saying that you gotta do for all your blood, but I'm just telling you, like, nigga, that's just like, for real, I'm so glad you said that, because it's just like when like to me, you know, I'm in the music game, in the music industry type shit. And I feel like when an artist gets signed, it be so many people that don't even know this artist that want looks. Like, yo, do a verse for me, do this for me, do that for me. Yo, do y'all know that artist already knew 200 people before he blew?
Yeah, no. Listen,
200 people from his original life, his original cousins, his original friends that are all in line waiting to get something.
Never get discouraged or offended if you hit me up and ask me about like working on a set, working on one of the projects. I want to do this, I want to do that. It's not that I'm anti you. I got a bunch of people to do that's in line before you. That, you know what I'm saying? That's
Like
just
me.
the truth. You know what I mean? Yeah, like Monica. Monica don't want no new nasty girls.
But you know what's crazy though? That's why I appreciate my friends in my circle, because whenever I say like, you know, oh, I got to do this, or I'm focusing on this, like I have friends that be like, is there anything I could help you with?
Bang, that's
or
a
is there
real friend.
anything that I could, you know, I went from having a lot of friends to like my immediate friend circle. And a lot of these relationships were built within my adult life. And I stick to my core people. And I do the same for them. Like, do y'all need something? When I hear that, you know, my friend is doing a 12-hour shift as a nurse and she's in transport and she doing a lot. Hey, can I bring you, you know, dinner tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? You want to come over? I could cook dinner for you, so you don't got to worry about cooking dinner. It's whatever. It's just like and it don't even have to be financial. It could just be an active service. You know, I'm going to go to your crib and I'm going to help you with this. You know, I know you had a long day and you got to work, you know, long hours, whatever. It's just little things like Kyrie said.
That's just good karma too. Like I think one of the other things about goodness that I wanted to say is what we didn't touch on is the relationship could also change for the better, right? So if you have the right people in a certain relationship, and I'm someone who not even just about speaking it into existence, I'm working it into existence.
Let's go.
That it's going to be a time where my life changes, and for some people, right, not like Dev seen me with nothing, but for some people they're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's the boy that did bop 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 and he bop bop bop. No, it's a long time coming. But my relationship is that new, right? Me and Taj going on 3 years. So she's only known the Kyrie that has been in some of these rooms.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm headed to that direction. But I heart-wholly believe our relationship is going to change for the better when that windfall comes. You know what I mean? And one of the reasons is we've had those conversations. You know what I mean? That's the one thing I can say is we talk about everything. Right. And that's a bar for people, for men who really want to be in a solid relationship. I know it sounds cliche, but women will bitch and moan and complain a lot less if they know the real you. 9 times out of 10, their bitching and moaning and complaining is about the shit that they find out.
Yep.
Right.
Thank you.
And my thing was, I had a few relationships where I'm getting bitch and moaned and complained. But I'm doing me. Like, I'm really doing me. And I'm really like, even though I'm always been honest, I still got little stuff that's too much to tell or stuff like that. And I've realized, I said, what if she already knew, but whatever I do within the relationship is way more valuable than my little bullshit? Because we all got our little bullshit. We gonna have our little bullshit. I said, you know what? I'm about to be 100% honest in my next relationship. I decided that before, Tosh. Y'all heard that story before. And it's a bar because the truth really sets you free. Y'all heard me say it on this show before. The truth is always true. So a lot of times we get to asking these questions where we like, well, what happened if this happened? Well, what happened if that happened? Whatever. Let's turn the lights off and let's turn them back on, right? You're going to see red couches in this motherfucker. You're going to see microphone. It doesn't matter. If I turn these lights out and I be like, it's a giraffe in here. It ain't no giraffe, player. I'm lying.
Unless this couch identifies as a giraffe.
You know what?
In this new world. But y'all get the point I'm making. The truth is the truth. We can debate all we want about what the couch is what they call them.
No, I just wanted to make a point.
Pronoun. We can debate all day about what the couch's pronoun is. But the truth is it's a red couch. And I think in our relationships, we have to understand that little piece. I understand the spice on that.
Listen, man. This is a political show on the low.
Yeah, I understand the spice on that. But the truth
that's
is
a giraffe
that
you sitting on.
What you say?
I said that's a giraffe.
Y'all throw me all the way off. My bottom line, my point is, if you want to play, be honest about you playing with the young ladies. Give the young ladies the same freedom that you got. You'll be all right.
But I feel like vice versa. I feel like for the woman too. Like if you not even just playing,
bro, y'all women can't give us the same. Hold on.
I'm about to give you an example. Myself, right? I'm a social butterfly. Okay. You know, I have a lot of guy friends. I like
too friendly with niggas go.
I like hanging out with friends.
They got a shot. Ain't got no shot.
At all. But, you know, I have a lot of friends and it doesn't have to be intimate, and whatever their intention, it was never, you know, addressed to me. I just like hanging out with friends and just getting to know people and that type of stuff.
Can I interrupt you?
What?
And I want you to continue on. Has there ever been a time ever, right, where a person that was just a friend that you talk to, it's just your peoples. You with somebody, you just a social butterfly. You ever end up like talking to or dating one of them people later on when you wasn't with the other person that never happened?
Never happened.
Oh, okay,
because
continue.
I keep my friendships.
All right, continue. All right,
I'm not the girl that like, I just don't, because it get messy. My bad. You gotta kind of put people in certain places because again, Dev, that shit get nasty and it get crazy. You got girls, you know,
I see what you did there.
You know, but what I would say is I know for me, like I would hide that person in certain relationships. And I just knew, like, if I did hang out. No, I did that in previous relations. I did it. I hid that part of me. And I'm not going to lie. It wasn't conducive, right? But now I'm in a place in life where I'm be like, you know what? I'm going to be authentically me. And I'm going to tell you from the jump. I'm gonna tell you in the jump, like, listen, I have guy friends. I like to have a good time and, you know, just go out to dinner, converse with people. There's nothing else to that. You know, even in the industry I'm in, I'm around men a lot of the time. Yeah. Nothing there. Just want to let you know. If you willing, if you want to, you know, still kick it with me, cool. If you want to get...
No, I'm not. I say that because the reason I say that is because men often do shit that make their women insecure. That thing you were doing that you're over,
right?
That can make a man of lesser value. I'll say,
for sure,
insecure, right? Especially because you never know. Like, say you got a ball that dudes could feel the energy of another dude that get bitches.
Yeah,
that's how me and Dev connected way back. I was like,
oh my god,
I knew Trex first. You know what I'm saying? Oh god, knew Trex first. But when I got around Dev, I was like, this nigga cool as shit. What's up, Clay?
Once upon a time, yo.
Let's be friends.
He keep trying to erase that past. He keep trying to erase that.
Once upon a time, yo.
But anyway, I say that to say a real dude could feel the energy of another real dude, right? And whether you got him in friend zone or not,
right,
that might not have nothing to do with them.
You ever watch Highlander?
And it's
never saw Highlander. Nobody.
I don't think so.
It was like these dudes. They cut people's heads off, but they was like samurais and shit. And when they would get in the room, they would kind of feel that there was another one in there.
It was like ghost shit.
Yeah, it was like you would if one walked in this building and you was one, you would just be in the middle of this podcast like, hold on.
So
you sense another nigga. And the point of the whole show is there could only be one, and they would go in the room and fight and kill each other.
To finish that point though, there's a very few men, and y'all know because y'all be dealing with these dudes with their emotions. There's a very small percentage of men who can handle that presence and can decipher and pick up. Like, if me and you was dealing and you brought Dev around and was like, oh, we do our podcast and this Dev and I ain't know him or whatever, I would get that samurai vibe he talking about. But I could spend probably a couple of minutes with him in y'all presence and I would know if he hit or not. Right? And then I'm the type of bull who would decide whether I gave a fuck or not. And you're going to either know I gave a fuck or you're not. And the way you're going to know I gave a fuck is because I'm going to know you lying and it ain't going to be no Kai in your life no more. Right? Because my thing was always just tell the truth to me because I'm telling the truth to you.
Amen.
I'm man enough to stand if you be like, yeah, we used to fuck around back in the day or whatever it might have been because you told me the truth.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I could deal with that. Like, everybody got that. If you anybody that dealt with me, even Tosh now, like, I can't hardly go nowhere and not be like, yeah, shorty right there. I used to, you know what I'm saying? But my woman is one of them women that is secure in that. Like, she really legitimately don't care. Like, we've built something that's so valuable. She cool with whatever I tell her, like, literally.
Yeah.
And that shit is a magical thing. I never thought I'd find that shit.
I found it. It's the best.
It's ridiculous.
Right. It is ridiculous.
Freaks. They some freaks, y'all. Let me tell you. Listen, y'all. They some freaks.
What?
Listen.
They couldn't wait to twerk.
Y'all not freaks?
Who you talking about?
You and your what? No, you and your girl.
You and you.
Oh, I thought you meant the sex scenes.
No, I'm not talking about the sex. I'm talking about the real sex scenes.
Everybody got a little freak in them.
Y'all freaks.
Yeah, we
Everybody got a little freak.
Y'all some freaks.
We have our fun.
Y'all some freaks.
What we do, right? You should be jealous of our relationship. Is all I'll say. That's what I'll say.
The freaks come out at night. Damn. The guys come out at night. The guys come out at night. Oh, listen, man. The guys come out at night, man. Listen, man. Make sure.
When do the Money Lovers come out?
Listen, October 27th.
Talk
and
that
what?
shit.
28th.
And what?
And 28th. Make sure that y'all go and watch this joint with us. Come out, kick it with us.
Listen,
take pictures with us. You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
You in it.
Hold on, listen.
I said that.
He said it. He said it.
You don't got to know about what I do in the movie. Just watch what I do.
Listen, we got VIP night. We know a lot of y'all in the game, in the industry, actors, whatever, directors. Like, come on out and show love. That's how we do it.
Let's get busy.
We network, we build, we shake hands. But then we got family night. That's like, come on, like cousins, friends, sisters, aunts, my uncle who ain't never did shit but like fuck the car up when he said he could fix it. Listen, I don't care if you fucked up that tune-up. I knew you ain't know how to do tune-ups. I just went to you because you was my uncle.
Just
like, come on out because it's me in the movie.
Monica, you coming?
You'll see the trailer for The Love of Monica too.
Hey,
it's produced by Guy Reed Terrell and his girl.
I'm actually her manager, so send all the DMs.
Hey,
that's where I made the mistake. I ain't send my DM to you.
That's that.
Dang.
That's where you messed up.
Well, now he knows what to do. Listen, Porta Rich is going to talk us out the proper way. Porta Rich is going to talk us out after we do the traditional spin of the wheel. Does everybody got their paper? Who got paper? Do people got their paper?
I don't got no money, but I got a new assignment.
Yo, where y'all paper at? Where y'all paper at?
Where that bread? Brady Krugers.
Listen, y'all. Go toss some bread.
Brady Krugers, man. Shout out to Omi, man, with the Freddy Krugers out. Go get them.
Make sure y'all go watch us in Money Lovers. And I hope that it was some couples that watched the show tonight that are going to argue amongst each other. I want y'all to get into arguments. I've heard a lot of big arguments come from the Devinwade Show when we talk about cheating, finances, and things of that nature.
Don't
you know
argue,
what I'm saying?
Have a talk that y'all ain't
No, y'all argue.
Let's go.
Arguments last longer in the fabric of space and time.
I don't have no. I'm doing the outro.
Porter's doing the outro.
He got a job today.
Yeah, stop trying to distract Porter.
Bro, come on, man, help me out. I need $1.
Listen, man, let's get a spin.
This money that's in my pocket can't go to y'all right this second.
Monica, you want me to give you all mine?
Hey, yo, listen, man. Y'all know what it is. Listen, don't worry about nothing. We here, the Devinwade Show, each and every Tuesday night. Don't miss Money Lovers, October 20th. 27th, October 28th, a Thursday and a Friday night. We doing VIP, we doing family and friends, and then we right back at y'all. Every Tuesday, every Thursday, talk heavy. Like, come on, it's the family.
Here we go.
They took over my camera. It's over. The 27th and the 28th of October, come see Kyrie Terrell.
Monica not working.
Porta Rich.
We gotta dock Monica's pay. We gotta dock Monica's pay.
Hey.
Monica, where you twerking? Kyrie, take the camera. Get Monica, Kyrie. Get Monica.
If you want to see more of this, you come out on the 27th and the 28th. Money Lovers, the Devinwade Show, every Tuesday, 9 o'clock p.m. Thursdays, talk heavy. Listen, it's us.
Yo, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hey, Monica.